Alright, everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to Townscaper, which, it's kind of it's a game. It's interesting thinking about this game, just in terms of the fact that it's like, is this a game? Does this qualify? I think for some people it would, and for many people it would not. Townscaper is a game about making kind of just these little waterborne towns. Is there a way that I can rotate my camera? Or am I stuck with this? There's gotta be. There's a grid, undo, redo. Screenshot. Here we go. Okay. Just had to figure it out. Like, great grade A insight right there. Well, it's interesting. You know, normally when you talk about games, it's all about the gameplay. There's some kind of goal or challenge that you have to overcome. This one is, how pretty of a town can I make? And that's it. That's all you do. There's no resource management. You don't have to worry about keeping your people happy. You don't have to care that, you know, traffic congestion is ruining the city and then you have to worry about, you know, pleasing the neighbors there. It's just all about kind of the aesthetics of this. This is kind of cursed. Let's do that. I don't know what I'm doing here. I should probably mix up some colors too. If I do that. Oh. Huh. Well, this is neat. I see it as more of a tool than a game. Maybe. But it's like, what's the division there? Because you can play this, you can load this up, and it's like not really any different than, say, playing Minecraft for X number of hours in creative mode, just making the most aesthetically pleasing, you know, sculpture, the most aesthetically pleasing anything you possibly can, and just going with that. So I think it is a game. I think it's just a weird departure from what many of us might be used to in terms of, yeah, just being an aesthetic builder. And I actually really dig it. Let's see, do I have my music going? Yes, I do. And I have the credits. So, Townscaper is actually made by just one guy, Oscar Stahlberg, who had made Bad North, which is another Raw Fury game that I actually have never played. I need to put some time into it at some point, but later. Let's see. Ooh, no. Wrong blue. There we go. But yeah, simple as hell town building toy. You know, toy actually might make more sense as a descriptor for this. I like that actually. Let's just have this like ridiculous deck that this one building gets access to. Bigger than the whole entirety of the building. It's just, here you go, here's your plaza. Maybe let's do a little bit more than that. I don't know. Where am I going with this? The big problem is this thing. Or maybe we just kind of build out and just see what happens. Let's have an upper tier here. I'm not quite sure about this. Whatever. I don't need to be sure about anything. I just need to build. Ooh. I like those roofs. That's neat. Ooh. A lot of these weird diamond shapes. I think I'm just gonna call it there. Maybe we'll just leave it like that. That is one woogly wall. This game very much does not want things to be symmetrical and even. I think that's good though. Like, symmetry is nice, and I can see why people favor it as much as I do. But at the same time, why limit yourself? I think I might... No. I have not hit any kind of limitations here. Okay, let's extend that. But what if we went back here? Ooh, I like this kind of little under area. Do we make somebody live in the Undercity? Some unfortunate sod that bought into the wrong property value index. There we go. This is neat. Yeah, can we go underwater? Can we make the rapture? That'd be lovely. I'd like that. But do we want to switch this up? Yeah, let's make it purple down here. Nice cool colors. There we go. So what else do I know about it? Yeah, the game automatically snaps pieces together in ways that make sense and look good. And one of the talking points I was given is that it's crazy popular with over 700,000 downloads. I think that threw me off. Because I remember following the developer for this game and thinking like, oh man, this game looks like it's going to be really neat. I can't wait to try it out. And then it just like, I think I just didn't get around to it. But I think it's just kind of that perfect level of like chill and unique. Oh. This is the purple. There you go. It's the perfect blend of chill and unique. There's almost no other games like it. Do we want to just have kind of these separate little ones? Oh, this doesn't have a door, though. Maybe if I do something to the extent like this. I would live under here. I'd probably hate it. I'm not even sure how you enter this building. Yeah, when you said 700,000, I was genuinely surprised. Yeah, that's the thing. I looked over and I'm like, wait, really? And yeah, it's on PC, Mac, iOS, and Android, Switch, and it's coming to... Oh! This is coming to Game Pass December 2nd, and we'll also have a free browser version on December 1st. It's $500, or 500 bucks, sorry. It's $5, 500 cents. No, I'm still thinking about that 700,000. 500 bucks would be... that would be like some train sim nonsense, but still. So what do we do now? Because I'm actually really digging this. I feel like we need... This is kind of the offshoot. Let's continue this blue thing here for a bit. Alright, let's go back to red. I feel like I need a tower here. Let's see if I can get a pleasing shape for a base. It's like almost there. But it needs to round out just that little bit more. It's being uncooperative. Kind of? It's a little better. I'd have to find a spot that, like, does round particularly well. You can also use it as inspiration, for example, a D&D campaign city or setting. Boy, if you could export this as, like, a 3D model that you could import into something else, like Tailspire, that would be absurd. Oh, that's neat. Oh, that's so cool. So we can either have this, like, little plaza or an indoor park looking thing. Maybe... Maybe if I do something like this. There we go. Let's give this side. There we go. That sound effect. I think that sound effect is responsible for a tremendous amount of this game's success. There we go. Right there. Perfect. I would unironically like living in a building like that. I'd unironically love to live in a town like this. Maybe not forever. But can you imagine how, like, absolutely peaceful life could be in a place like this for just, you know, a couple years? You know, just listening to the sounds of just water kind of lapping at the structure. Can you do slopes? Not to my knowledge, but maybe. Go over here. How high can I make this? Oh. Not make it too tall. Let's do something like this. Oops. Not that. There we go. Maybe not quite that. Maybe this? There we go. Oh, they've got... That's really pretty. They've got a little... like a sightseeing thing. Are they telescopes? Or are they called something else? I forget. There we go. I'm just gonna make random stuff. Doesn't all have to be connected. Okay, what do we do here? Heck if I know. We're gonna do a thing. It's an odd shape. That bloop. The plip plop, plip plop, whenever I put anything down. That's genius. If I can cook this together. Okay. What do I do? Let's have like a little white kind of house courtyard dealy do. Then get a bunch of this. Can't do too much here. There we go. I like the simple stuff. I've seen people make like really ridiculous towers. And I have admiration for people that go to that extent. I don't think I can do it. Let's make some extra color in here though. There we go. That looks nice. Looks nice. Hey, and thank you to Similar Me for the 17-month resub. Let's see. Curious about how our castle or a palace would look. Well, here. Why don't we... Can I save? Oh, export as an OBJ. I think you can actually save this as like a 3D model. Whoa, that's cool. That's really neat. Okay, let's go big. Let's start with nice purple foundation. See if I can get... It's not going to be perfect due to how this game handles shapes necessarily. So maybe what we want to do is bring it in a bit. Because if I can do something to this extent. There we go. It's a little shield based, It's a little woobly. Huh. Well, that's obnoxious. Okay. Let's just work on this castle for a little bit longer. A little bit longer? I don't know. It's one of those that... This is very much the kind of game that I would totally just turn on for like half an hour. What is the grid setting for? I don't know, and I'm terrified to like mess around with it. Oh. Oh, whoa, hi. Okay. So this is for seeing various things. Okay. That's actually really helpful for layouts. This way you know where the kind of problematic pieces are going to be. So if you want to avoid a particularly swoopy place, this is it. Nice. Alright, what are the walls of this? Let's go with kind of a gray. If it's a castle, it shouldn't really have... It shouldn't really have, you know, colorful out... Oh, that's neat. You can actually... You can have these, like, little kind of courtyard deals. I'd actually have to keep that, which is annoying. Well, it's not that annoying. I can extend this here. All I have to do is just kind of extend as a shield. Real quick. I'm starting to lose the script a little bit. It looks kind of more like an acorn at this moment, but maybe that's fine. Let's expand... Ooh. That got cool for like a moment there. Maybe we bring that back. There we go. Okay, so in that case, we've got to extend further here. I mean, we need to make this thing bigger if I want it to actually look and feel like a castle anyway. There you go. I think you can make cities float. If you build like in the middle, build like a tower in the middle. Oh, absolutely. And maybe a sky fortress would work, but right now I'm more interested in just going up. Okay. I do not want to lose that courtyard look and feel. That would be unfortunate. Alright, let's keep building up a little bit more. Looks like it's fine so far. Okay. Extends this. Neat. Just kind of this series of sloping things. Acorn Palace sounds like a cool place. Yeah. It sounds like it belongs in Sonic the Hedgehog, to be honest. I like these like bonus roof areas. Maybe not that. Nope. Can't do that. It's no good. That's no good. You know, the sad thing is I'm actually really attached to this on a visual level at this point. And so it's making it a little tough for me to want to continue building it further because, like, I really like how it looks. Maybe some amount of this is just lack of creativity and knowing what I can do with these tools. But like, you could do so much. Amazing variety to the snap architecture. It takes a while to get used to it and all of the rules to get the shape you want. But like, once you know it, you can make some really nice stuff. Like this looks nice. I would visit here and really have like a lovely afternoon just kind of wandering around in and out, seeing the various views from the different angles. So in that case, I think I'm just gonna leave that one there. And we're just going to... We're just going to build kind of our own little side location here. Eek. Okay, maybe in retrospect, this spot is a little bit more cursed. Or maybe I just kind of own it. We keep this rounded shape here on the side. I'm still blown away at the number for 700,000 downloads for this game. I totally understand why though. Like the base price is $10 and then get it on sale for $5. Like you think about the concept of dollar per hour not infrequently when it comes to like, you know, game pricing and design and whatnot. You know, how much are you willing to charge? How much are developers willing to charge for their game? And, you know, how much are people willing to buy a game for like X value or something to that extent? And I feel like a game like this being, you know, that cheap, you pretty much can load it up once, play it for an hour, and still feel like you got your money's worth out of it. I think that's very valuable. I've been playing a lot of games lately where you really have this kind of like need to finish them. Oh, it's $4.50 now. I thought it was $5, but yeah, I mean, that's ridiculously cheap. But you know, the idea of all of these various games that have to be beaten, you know, as we near the end of the year, I think to myself often about, you know, what were my favorite games to come out of this year? Because we've got all sorts of award ceremonies and whatnot, and they all have kind of that intrinsic, like, hey, you know, what was the best game to come out of 2021? And I don't think you can escape that question necessarily. You know, what was the best game to come out this year? And for me, like, there have been a ton of games that I've actually been, you know, rather looking forward to, that I didn't finish. That I wanted to finish, but I just didn't have the time to do so, to dedicate to them. That's unfortunate. I was really hoping I could have kind of a railway extend out. Nope. But, you know, trying to finish Guardians of the Galaxy. Will I be able to finish that before the end of the year? To see whether or not that game deserves any kind of, like, Game of the Year award in my books. Or something to that extent. Because I've heard a lot of people compliment it. And, like, I played about 3 hours of it and I just couldn't play more. Because I just didn't want to anymore. Like, it had already lost my interest. And maybe it's the fact that I'm totally spoiled for games. But I found myself drawn to more games like this. And Atomic Crops, where I can play for, like, 2 hours, and then I'm done. And then I never have to think... Well, it's not that I don't have to think about the game anymore. It's that, like, if I don't want to play anymore... then there's nothing, there's no like pressure. Like, no, you have to keep playing this game. You know, you haven't seen the ending. You know, what is the end of Townscaper? Is there one? No, not really. It's just when you've hit kind of the absolute maximum of like what you're willing or interested in doing. I think there's actually something very powerful about that a lot of games miss the mark on, is being open-ended in a way that you don't force players to feel... You don't compel players to keep playing endlessly. That it's nice to have unassuming games that respect your time and respect your desire to, you know, just play for like a little while. And then no more. Because no matter how long I play for this game, I'm gonna walk away feeling satisfied. Yeah, when you've hit the end of your imagination in that moment, which is true. What is the most cursed shape I can find in these waters? I want like a weirdly small shape if I can find one. Or, alternatively, go back to red. Maximum tall. Okay, that actually looks pretty bad. That looks pretty bad. Yeah. But maybe... Ugh. I don't like this structure. There we go. A wizard lives up here. I kind of wish I could get rid of the support structures and have something else that goes in a little. There we go. Then to Townscapers after your town gets possessed by an eldritch horror and then you fight it. Shadow of the Colossus style. Dude, that'd be great. Like, just a really innocuous little game. And then just at one point the game pauses. Like, a horror just... rises from the ocean? Huh. No wizards live here. This is confusing. Who lives here? Can they leave? Is there anything left for them? Or is this just kind of their existence now? Let's give them a garden. Because where else do they get food, nourishment, socialization? They must hate each other. Their neighbors, constantly at each other's necks, fighting for what few resources remain. Up on this weird sky platform. If I rebuild this, there we go. Maybe no one lives up here. Maybe it's just the birds. Maybe once upon a time some kind of enterprising architect lived up here and built this place up. And then, you know, destroyed the ladder so no one... Oh, actually no, there are maybe ladders that you can scale up to get in. No, it actually looks like there are hatches. That said, few among the population here specifically have the sheer arm strength or endurance to climb easily hundreds of feet into the air to reach whatever this unknown paradise. In fact, most people probably don't. The last person that anybody from the lower towns ever saw here had leapt off of one of the railings and dove into the sea and was never seen again. Are there still people up there? Do they live well? Do they have resources? What What is their life like? No one knows. No one wants to know. And no one will have the chance to find out. And then, you know, maybe 100 years into the future, one of the support struts go, and there goes half the thing. And then eventually the whole thing just crumbles and falls into the ocean, only to be remembered in tale and story. I don't know. I kind of like it. It's very inspirational. I don't know what to do with it, honestly. Just leave it as this, like, little place. Unfortunately, it absolutely is screwing with my camera angles, so let's just delete its existence. I would love to see Bad North 2. Just like Bad North Townscaper edition, where it's just you build these like quaint little civilizations and then throw it into roguelike mode and it gets attacked by Vikings. There we go. Camera's back. We're done. Can you build a town? Like up there? Absolutely. Is a terrifying fact. If you fall from a high enough height, falling onto water does the same amount of damage as falling onto concrete. I think give or take, there's a little bit that you can do maybe to offset it, but it's not much. Holy moly, look at all these birds. These birds are just like, we live here now. Maybe I'm not building these for people, I'm just building them for birds. It's kind of scenery for their pleasant Borby lifestyle. Look at them. Even more from upborb down to downborb. Are you restrained to a small area? I don't think so, no. What is the maximum size that I can go? I think it gets laggier the further out you go, but you can keep going. It doesn't really like... Okay, no, there is a maximum area. It's just stonking huge. Oh, no, it's not quite. So that's about as much as I can get. And by doing so, it kind of limits it so I can't extend in the other direction. Still, that's a pretty dang big plane. So if you want to make, like, a big super city, you totally can. And by giving myself the room on the other side, yeah, we can extend out. Perfect. So yeah, if you're enterprising and you want to make some kind of ridiculous thing, you totally could. So you're telling me you can build a tiny city? Yeah. I'm sure actually if you go looking, I think they have a very robust Reddit. You can actually see some things that other people have built that are like really impressive. Let me check. If I can, you know, find the right spot. Yep, there we go. Let me check top posts all time. Oh, these are neat. I'm just gonna display capture this one because I think this is really cool. So one of the top posts on the Townscaper. Oh, that's not the right display. There we go. One of the top posts is a person from a year ago, Yume Art, that had actually made their city and then done like a painting of it. Like, that's so cool. I love it. What else do we have? Yeah, another one from them. And right, towns can now be exported from Steam into OBJ files. So if you got a 3D printer, I think you could actually print these. So if you want to print them off and have them be like locations that you could potentially even use in like a tabletop game, you totally could. Checked out the subreddit, post from 3 hours ago. Midnight Townscaping is gorgeous. Midnight Townscaping, yeah. That's really cool. I love the community for this. Hovering double helix. Wow. It's neat. Alright, I'm gonna turn this off just because I feel a bit guilty at looking at other people's stuff. Kind of. Not overwhelmingly, but, you know, there's kind of that constant, you know, I don't want to show off people's stuff too much without their express permission. but it looks like there's quite a lot you can do and some really interesting builds out there. It reminds me of the people that build mecha with Legos. That they buy a bunch of fairly generic looking Legos and then build unique mecha out of them, just using all of the parts at their disposal. And I like following a lot of those people on Twitter and social media because it's just such a cool idea. And like that's exactly what Townscaper feels like to me. It's neat. But I think for now I'm going to leave it here. I'm not going to say I'm out of ideas, but I feel like I'm going to start recycling my own. This feels like the kind of game that I'd leave on in the background while I'm like doing a podcast or something. I think that would be really neat. But for now at least, once again, Townscaper is available on almost every platform, and it's coming to I don't want to say free to Game Pass, but it'll be available to Game Pass subscribers on December 2nd, and it'll also have a free browser version on December 1st, which is just wild to me, the amount of availability, especially for a game that is $5. Like, you could have just left it like that and it would have been fine. I don't know. Anyway, I guess with that, let's move on to the next Raw Fury game.